Mehanni, and this week's Aqua Tip, we're going to use one arm and it's not going to even push through the water. I call it the floppy noodle technique, or seaweed, or whatever you can come up with, which is creative. That's what I love about Aqua, is the creative names we come up with. Someone once asked me, is there a book? And I said, no, there's no book of names, because we can use our imagination. And what it is we've got floppy arms. So this hand is just going to go like this and like that, like seaweed in the water, but the arm stays long. It's going to start from the shoulder. The other hand, just on my waist. And what am I going to do with the legs? I'm going to do a side kick from one side to the other. Now, what I like about this movement pattern is that it's a two-part movement pattern, because once you've done it on one side, you need to do it on the other side. Yay! So, both knees coming up towards the chest, and the arm just whooshes right across and all the way out to the other side. Now, I am going full length movement. That hand is not here near the chest. It's all the way out, and I'm just pulling it through the water. It doesn't affect the shoulder that much, so don't be worried about that for people with shoulder. It's more your torso that's driving that movement through the water. So both knees coming up, kicking from side to side, keeping the body facing forwards, and the hand is just waving around in the water. Now, if you want to work a bit harder, try to bring your knees together. Ooh, that makes it way more challenging. And take the arm right across and right back. My heart rate's up. Very good. Of course, then, you would then do it with the opposite side. Now, you might be thinking, can you do it with both arms? Of course you can, but the effectiveness decreases slightly, because you're not going to get that really big action that you get with the one arm. So can you do it with both arms? Yes, but it is actually a little bit easier, and that's okay. So you might have a combination of one arm for 4, both arms for 4, and then the other arm for 4. Yay! Cool! That's really cool. That's getting my heart rate up. It's fun. I'm using my brain, and it's very, very different from things I've shared with you before, where everything's really stiff. The floppy arm action, it's a bit of a revelation, and I wanted to share that with you. And that is this week's Aqua Tip. Revelations galore am I having with this floppy noodle arm action. I love it. So this week's Aqua Tip, we're just using one arm through the water. Now, when you're just using one arm, it's a lot easier to make it more sort of floppy, and you want it as floppy as possible. Talk about seaweed, whatever floats your boat. We talk about creativity, you can go for it. Now, then we add the kicking leg, right? So I have my tools here for demonstration purposes. You can demonstrate it by just doing this from side to side, which is actually a pretty good demonstration itself. Remember, you want to keep that arm as long as possible, so avoid bringing the hand towards you like you're making a circle. This arm goes over, and you want to encourage them to take their arm as far across, as far out as possible. I would like to demonstrate like this first, and then I would get into the frame, probably use it this way, to demonstrate that I want them to make sure that they tuck their knees up as they kick from side to side to add a little bit more intensity. Now remember, the torso stays facing forwards, because there are side to side kicks where we're turning. Make sure you don't get carried away when you're demonstrating. You're turning the head too. So keep the body facing forward. Place this hand on the hip. That will also help you, and also indicate to your clients to do the same thing. Yes, you can use the chair as well. So if you're sitting in the chair, bring your knees up and kicking from side to side, making sure that you're trying to push out with the heel. It's something that you're going to have to cue to the class. So the only reason why you'd want to use the frame, for example, is to show more sort of propulsion and also bring the knees closer together as they jump from side to side, which increases the intensity. And remember, we can do both arms, but the intensity isn't there. But what a cool combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could get some really good mileage out of teaching the right arm and teaching the left arm, teaching both arms, and then putting that combination together. Or maybe you teach both arms, then the right arm, then the left arm, and then put your combination together. Some good mileage there. And I'm really enjoying this sort of really relaxed upper body exercise, which makes the focus more about the abdominals. Go ahead, try it out in your classes, try it out yourself in the pool. I hope you enjoyed this week's Aqua Tip. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button.